Welcome to another edition of the Motley Croc Show. It is actually Monday the 19th, but this is going to be a pre-recorded show that we're going to do for you so we can release on the 20th because there's a lot of shit going on. The Manic has some family in town. I have some alligators to wrangle up, and, well, Brittany, she doesn't really do much, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring them in, and then we will start from there and start the show and get ready. So we look forward to seeing everybody. Boom, what's going on there, bud?
What's up, man?
And Bumpy, what are you doing?
Hi, guys. How's it going?
It's going good. I was just pulling in animals, and then I went to come in and do the recording. And, I mean, you can imagine how it went, you know?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Running around and all.
It was like telling me it was going to go live, and then it, like, sent it out live, but we're not doing live. We're doing recording, so it was like...
It was confused.
Went back in, and then we got all the cold weather coming up, you know, like we're trying to do that. So now we just got to carry it. We got no comments tonight, so we got to go off the sheer talent of each other.
They do it all.
That's right. Okay, time to improv. Ready? Let's do it. Improv warm up. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyways, so yeah, we're going into this is the show before Christmas.
Yep.
But we'll be talking to everybody again after Christmas. But we're going into, I mean, I know this is Florida, but we're going into some like really like nasty cold weather. We are.
If they're cold, you're cold. I mean, you know what I mean.
Are you talking about the animals?
That was good, Jeff. That was smooth. Yeah, so I'm gonna. That's why Jimmy couldn't join us tonight because he's getting everything ready for the week, and he's been pretty busy. I mean, you know, he's got a lot of animals out there, and you know, that's a pretty much plug and pray kind of thing. And hope we were talking earlier, like, man, can you imagine if this, and this went wrong and this, and this? I mean, so, but Jimmy's usually up every 2 hours, checking animals.
He's like a nervous daddy.
We're the same here. You know, we're going to be in the 30s. So I've got lights on animals, but I'll be out every 2 hours I go out because with reptiles within that 2 hours, any animal really, but within that 2 hours, you got time to, you know, revive or whatever. So, you know, my birds, my citizens and my tropical birds will be inside, or tropical chickens, whatever you want to call them. My big birds, for those of you who know I have big birds, I don't have to talk too much about that. I have big birds, and the big birds will have the big heated cane pig blankets on the ground for that. They're at leisure to sit on if they want to.
Nice.
But they're pretty well acclimated for cold and hot weather. I mean, those birds are pretty awesome. So anything in the rat type family is pretty you know, it's pretty good. Yeah. So what about you, Jeff? You gonna prep all that stuff up or what?
Yeah, I only got the tortoise is really all I got to worry about. I'll just shoo him into the shed and put the heat lamp on for him, and he just sits under there and enjoys it. It's like a tropical vacation.
That's
nice.
It's
all I have outside. Everything else is in the house.
Yeah, Brittany doesn't have anything outside either. She has kids, so she doesn't have to worry about anything. They're all.
Yeah, Brittany,
that's not true.
You don't have anything outside.
All my animals are outside on my back porch. I had to bring
Brittany,
everybody
you have 3 frogs. That's not all your animals.
I do not have 3 frogs. I have 5 frogs, and I have my 1 lizard who had to come inside.
Yeah, your rhino iguana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a good little rhino iguana, by the way. That was the rhino iguana that Ricky didn't want that he gave me.
Oh, how is it? Is it pretty chill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Blue's great.
That's awesome.
She's amazing.
He hated him. He goes, I don't want anything that eats grass. I like meat eaters.
Yeah, he smokes grass.
Ricky.
I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, man, I want this fucking thing. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, Brittany, I already have a couple of them.
Not Brittany got him. Yeah, man.
Oh my God. I love Blue. Blue is so ridiculous. And honestly,
you can't take him out there, right? If you take him out, does he get upset?
Oh no. No, I can take her out. What's really funny is
how come you haven't brought her out on the show for everybody to look at?
I don't know. I can.
Yeah, we want to see the rhino.
Yeah, go get the rhino.
Okay.
Oh,
hold on.
Take your AirPods out and get old Blue. Get old Biscuit.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second. She's gonna be like, "What the heck is going on?"
I'm gonna pop you off.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Let me know when you're back.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
There you go. So yeah, me and Ruby got to go see Jimmy the Riffle up at his place up in
how was that?
Florida. Cold, but nice. We had a great time, man. He's awesome. He gave us the behind the scenes tour, and you know, we got to hold some amazing animals. Ruby was over the moon, and she came home with an emu egg, which I imagine she's sitting on right now, trying to hatch it.
Jimmy's real good about that, man. He's an emu egg kind of guy, man. A lot of people leave with emu eggs.
He had a bucket of them, and then they were all over the ground where the emus were. So a lot of big green eggs.
Yeah, those things they'll eat them. And if I was him, I'd be throwing those to the Crocs, the Gators.
Yeah, there's a
Good
bunch
for them.
of
They'll eat them things too. They'll swallow them whole.
I got to see the baby broad snouts. That was unbelievably cool.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you got to see
Those
them. They're cute, aren't they?
And what's that?
I said they're cute, aren't they?
God, they're friggin' adorable, dude. They're amazing. They're really, really cool little animals. I had them up in my hand. They were calling from mama. They were giving that.
Yeah, they're mean too. They'll attack you. They're awesome.
Oh, I believe it. And I got to see his Acutus.
Yep.
Which was super, super cool. And I got to see TikTok for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, TikTok's badass. Remember TikTok when she was little?
What's that?
Remember TikTok when she was little?
Yeah, I remember she tried to eat Corey's dick.
Yeah, Cody's, not Corey's. Yeah, Corey works at the zoo, but Cody's.
Yeah, is broke.
Yeah. Okay,
I've been studying like crazy.
You're all right. No, it's all right. Corey will be like, it didn't happen to me. And Brittany's back with Blue.
Oh man, look how big! Awesome. Yeah, she's look at her tearing you up, and
she's shedding.
What a cool looking meat eater.
Aren't they just so aggressive? Aren't they just so mean? So
they're cool, man. Aren't they awesome? I think. Yeah. Well, now listen. I actually have the original rhinoceros iguana named Blue, and he doesn't look like that. He is dark gray, blue, cobalt blue looking lizard, and he's rotten as the day is long.
Oh, rotten. That's the one you've had for a long time. No,
he's rotten.
Your Lewisii and your Cuban rocks are mean.
My Cuban rocks, nice. My Lewisii is amazing. My rhino is mean.
All right. What's the one that you got that lives over by where the little black throats used to live in that corner there? On the
other blue, don't you?
The southeast corner of your house. There's that little porch thing there, and there was
that's Blue. He's big now. I moved him out.
Oh, that is Blue. Yeah, he's cool as shit.
Yeah, Blue's never been nice. So I don't know if we're talking about the same one. We might be talking about.
This was that might have been a Cuban or something. It was a newer one that you got. It was big when you got it. It was good size.
Probably TB.
Maybe.
Yeah, TB. He lives over on. When you walk out to my back, he's to the right. He's in that big chain link run because he's like a big English bulldog. He's the best. He's super cool. Yeah.
Ruby got super cool. Blue. Not
but
blue.
At one time you got one called Oogie Boogie. I had Oogie Boogie, but she's deceased now. She's passed away last year before.
And trying to think what else we saw.
Big old sweetheart. And then I still have Blue, and he's rotten.
We got to hang out with some Indian spotted turtles, which were super cool.
Yep, I've been doing some artwork for them. I was thinking about releasing a couple shirts, that artwork and some shirts. Honestly,
setting up for Turtle Fest.
Yeah, is there one?
No, I don't know. It's not unless you're starting it.
No, that would be kind of nice. No Turtle Fest, but no, I did that, and I did a.
She's like, that's a whole piece,
Adam.
Girlfriend.
And then
that is like her whole arm.
I did a Croc monitor and I did a turtle one, so I'm gonna do like on some t-shirts, some release.
Oh, that's badass.
Does that feel good?
They're both cool, man. Really cool.
Thanks, dude. I'm just gonna do it to release, maybe. Yeah, they're good. They'll be cool. They're just basic, nice, clean, nice logo like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, what's Blue been up to? Since everybody's is named Blue.
I know. I named her Blue just because of the raptor from Jurassic World being.
I named mine Blue because he's blue.
Well, she's not really blue. You can see her color. She's kind of like grayish. She's an interesting color.
Like that drab greeny kind of.
Well, I know iguanas are so cool.
Now she sees herself in the camera. This is gonna be fun.
Does she like herself?
No. She will attack a phone if she sees her own image.
Hey, that's cool.
I'm gonna go put her back before she.
All right, you go put her back.
Takes out my computer because she's all pissed off.
That would be awesome if she did. Look at that. Like, that's me.
She's like, "What's up?"
That's a good shot, though. That looks really good.
Check out my nostrils.
I'm looking at you. You looking at me?
Yeah, man. We've got to hear all Jimmy's vision and dreams for the place, which was super cool. So
she's so confused right now. I'm like, "What the heck is going on?"
Sorry, Jeff. We didn't mean to cut you off. She can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're good. Blue's
all right, take him out of there so we can hear. I want to hear what Jeff's doing. All right, guys. Brittany got a little excited there.
Yeah.
Anyways, tell me, about what he was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it really the place is coming together nice, and he's got a lot more plans, so that was really fun. And he's an amazing host, so being up there and getting a look at all that stuff behind the scenes and touch things, and and hang out with stuff. So that was really cool. His civet is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that thing is a really amazing animal. That's amazing.
I've never seen one before. The spotting on that thing is unbelievable. It's like a hyena fox weasel cat. Yep. I mean, it's definitely, kind of. I was gonna say it's kind of platypusy, but I don't want to go there.
It definitely looks like a cat. It's not, but it definitely looks like one.
Face looks like a cat. It's got the body of a little miniature hyena with like that back comb on it, and then it's got like leopard spots.
Yep.
And a raccoon tail.
Yeah.
So this thing doesn't know what it wants to be.
Dude,
it might be
rad.
Yeah, it was very cool. And he said it's very chill. It came out for us and did a little sunbathing. So I got to take some pictures and video of it. And I got to see your broad snout. I said hello for you up there, the parents of the babies.
Yeah, did you see them? They're pretty, huh?
Oh my God, dude, they're amazing. The female's cool, but the male's pattern, like his color, is unbelievably cool.
Yeah, Jimmy does a real good job with them for me. He takes real good care of them, and he's got all that stuff set up, the wells and all that. So they do really well out there. They're an amazing species, underrated.
Yeah, not a lot of them around, right?
Nope. So we'll get them back out to people. So there's people who have. I mean, I'm sure. I wish everybody had one. I mean, I'd like to see more out there, but
yeah, definitely. Imagine if they had those instead of dogs. People just walk their broad snout caimans down.
I know, they're so cool though. They're so cool, man. So cool. So
yeah, they really are, man. They're a little sassy, but they're very cool.
Yeah, they're sassy as adults too. I mean, they can be.
Oh, I meant
I don't know. I've got a couple that are like super cool, that I got from someplace else now that are super nice, and then I have the ones that were produced, and they're a little sassy, but it's all right. I mean, the more you carry them, the little bit better.
Yeah, me and Ruby got some great pictures with the babies, so I'll post some of those sooner or later.
That's really good. Everybody's like, "Oh man, where do you get those at?" Or somebody will offer you like ridiculous trades, like, "Oh, trade a, corn snake and some junk animal and $10." I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I get that every day, man. You want to trade
out of here?
Pythons? I'm like,
no.
Nope. And first of all, I don't know, man. It's you got to be into crocodilians to understand certain species and how valuable it is to have them.
I just find beauty in all of them, man. I mean, I'm starting to finally learn like what markings are on what and stuff, and was it TikTok that was the Cuban Nile mix? No, that was the other one. That's the one at the end of the row there.
TikTok is the crocodile that used to be here.
Yeah, the one that the
that got Cody.
Yeah.
And she's a Siamensis like Lee. But
Jimmy
does have a couple.
I saw Lee. Lee's awesome, man. Lee's very cool.
Most people, they don't like. So let me say that while I'm thinking about it. Most people don't like, or a lot of people, especially if it's academic or whatever, they don't like hybridizing animals.
No, I was talking to
Jimmy. A lot of people will get rid of them. So Jimmy's not going to euthanize them. He's going to give them a chance and let them grow, and he's going to use them instead of putting them down. Like a lot of people would just put them down. But he's going to use them as an example of what happens. No.
It's like they're going to escape and breed. What are the chances?
I understand irrelevantly, but they don't like it. They don't like. First of all, a Cuban Nile is not natural.
No.
An American Cuban is natural. And a more Latin American is natural.
Because the Nile's not in Cuba?
Exactly. So when people go, well, that can't. Yes, that species probably would not hybridize in the wild. Probably.
Right. Correct.
But Americans have got into Cuba. American crocodile, the acutus, has got in and interbred with the rhombifer. And I was talking to some people who are pretty high up and are CSG members about those crocodiles. And most of those crocodiles in Cuba may not be pure anyways, even though that's back down to they look like a pure Cuban croc.
Right, sure.
There's probably not a lot of true, authentic, pure Cuban crocodile left because of human interaction and hybridization and human crocodile conflict and hybridization, all that kind of stuff. Takes a big toll. But like a Nile crocodile would never in the wild. It could, but it's not. You're not going to see it. I mean, it's not going to swim.
I feel like it'd be more like
from Africa to Cuba for a vacation. I mean, I guess I'm not saying it's. I guess it's not impossible. I'm not going to say it's never happened, but.
He's got the welcome to Cuba. I went to Cuba and all I got was a Cuban crocodile.
Yeah, there's certain species that wouldn't naturally occur. Like they cross the porosus with the Siamensis and they get these gigantic Asian crocodiles. And I mean, So when like you guys are on like TikTok or you're on any of those media centers, you'll see like the guys dressed in red or blue, and it's in Asia, and they're Philippines, and they're doing croc things like sticking their hand in there. Those are hybridized crocs normally. Those are usually Porosus siamensis. So I'd like to have a full grown 17, 18 foot Porosus siamensis. That would be awesome.
Is the Porosus the salty?
Yes.
That's okay.
And then you could be like, free cat removal and stuff.
Oh God!
You're sitting on one of those retractable leashes, dude.
Yeah, or no, you just have a big pen and people can come and spend $10 to come in and feed them cats.
For real. Yeah,
I mean, cleaning up Florida. I mean, let me say something. You could take those cats. I'm going to get to a point here. Now everybody's getting pissed off. Now, Troy, you're going a little too far with this. I know what's happening, but listen, I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to end it because I'm painting a picture. So we have a couple big crocodiles. They got to eat too, of course.
Yeah.
My camera's so excited it changes colors when I move sometimes. It's cool. Woo. But but there's a lot of nuisance cats that are killing things. So let's catch the little bastards up, right? We can shoot them with BB guns. We can snare trap them. We can stomp on them. We can drown them.
Wild
and then throw them to the crocodiles and charge people to do that. Now, is that unsettling to someone? Does someone find that offensive to do that to an invasive species?
No.
Well, I'm sure the audience doesn't have anything happy to say about that. We do have some cutthroat people that watch, and we're not live again. If you've just tuned in, guys, this is a pre-recorded show. So if you're commenting, I'm going to go back through the comments later with Jeff, and we're going to respond later on.
I personally wouldn't do that to a cat. No matter how invasive they are, I have a problem with killing it.
I don't think I can stomp a cat.
I can't do that. That's
some
just
giant crocodile.
Okay, so let me get to my point. They sure as hell don't care when you take an iguana, like you were just holding.
Yep.
Shoot them with BB guns, stomp them, drown them, film it on YouTube, cook them alive, throw them in boiling water, feed them to other animals, or just outright torture
themselves.
Or other crocodiles, alligators, whatever you want to do, right? They don't care about that, so they do that. So everybody would get upset at me because I said, why don't we just do a cat removal thing? Now, that was what I was getting to.
Yeah.
And I would never personally go out and take another animal and hurt it. Do I understand that animals have to eat other animals? Absolutely. I feed everything frozen, thawed. I'm not the one that does it. I know that it has to be euthanized. The people I pick up my stuff from, same thing. They know what they have to do. And we understand that that's the circle of life. But I would never go out and catch a cat and feed it to a crocodile. I sure wouldn't go take an iguana and stomp it to death because it's allowed. I mean, that's the kind of Yahoo shit that we have going on. And there's really no difference between, as a matter of fact, cats cause a lot more damage than iguanas do.
Yep.
So I understand regulation and stuff on them, but that's what people do. And I've seen, like, there are certain followers that will send me stuff like, hey, look what they did to this. And you see these people feeding baby chameleons and baby green iguanas to their tarantulas or their African bullfrogs.
I can't.
I mean, these animals are tortured. They're chewed on. I mean, that's
uncalled for. That's uncalled for. That's animal cruelty.
That's what you want to do. Okay. It's not natural, but you really shouldn't. I think you're disrespecting the animal that's being consumed life, which is just as valuable as yours, no matter what you think.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're watching, that's not true, or what better than you're just a dumb sack of shit. Okay. And I'm going to tell you that right now. And I don't care if this gets screen cropped. You're a dumbass. Nothing deserves to be disrespected. So if you're going to euthanize that way, I understand, or you're teaching a class about euthanasia or whatever, and you have to do things, that's a different story. But to put something on for sheer entertainment because you think it's cool, not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, like feeding videos and stuff.
That's what you want to do, but
hognose eat most of their prey either butt first or sideways, and they don't kill it first; they just eat it. Right. So if you feed them live, that thing's going to get like sarlacc pitted. It's going to get sucked in backwards and get digested as it's dying, which kind of sucks for the animal.
But you don't have to broadcast it to show pure pleasure and hurting something.
Or lining up 15 Burmese pythons in the Everglades with bullet holes in their head, and you holding a gun with a silencer. Not mentioning any names or anything,
but that makes you cool, man.
Oh yeah, dude. It's because you need to silence.
Don't get me wrong. Now, let me clarify again. This is pre-recorded, so if you guys are getting violent, we're not responding. That's why pre-recorded, guys. Pre-recorded. At this time, I'm coming back with a carload of alligators, and Jeff's hanging out with his mother. Now,
that is true.
I have never said and I will never say this again, I am not against people going hunting or doing their thing or calling what they do. I'm not against that. I'm not against any of that. I consume meat. I know what it takes. I just think that there's a way to do things and a way not to. There's when you go to the vet, for instance, right? And you have this dog that you've loved your whole life or its whole life. And they come in there and they're like, hey, normally, guys, we do this with a needle and we just lay it down and you can pet it and it can sniff a bacon jerky or whatever. Today, we're going to do it with a golf club. All right. So everybody go to the other side and we're just going to beat the fuck out of them with a golf club. I mean, there's ways to do things, ways not to do things. Right. I mean, so if you're doing something for educational purposes, if you're showing the way a hog nose eats or you're doing something that is a discriminative thing. But if you're just showing it to be, I mean, that's like me and Jeff going into a neighborhood and finding a 10-year-old kid and beating his ass because we're the bigger primate. We're the bigger primate. But monkeys do it. Gorillas do it. Old world apes, new world apes, they all do it.
Kids would be a little smarter and grow up better if you gave them a good slap around every
like, we're just going to go through that. Hey, he looks 10 years old. I don't like the way you're riding that bike. Come here, Joshua.
Oh, it's got to be a Jewish kid? What the fuck, dude?
Hey, listen, my brother's not Jewish, and he's named Joshua.
It's like Josh is like.
But I think a guy normally when you hear the name Josh, like a Josh, when I hear the word, now listen, I've been smoking a little today, but when I hear Josh, I always think of maybe a guy that's got a slight year-round tan and kind of soft, fluffy hair. That's what I think. That's a Joshua, and he doesn't wear fucking Nikes. That guy wears Reeboks. Him and his friend Drew, they wear Reeboks together. You know, and everybody else is in Nikes, and the rappers are wearing Adidas. You don't remember that whole era, dude, with the shell-toed Adidas, Jeff. And like, Run DMC wouldn't put shoelaces in theirs, and they'd be like,
or fat laces.
Yeah. Dude, but the Drews, like I knew a guy named Drew Shvigaris and a guy named Josh, besides my brother, and they were both kind of like those kind of guys. You know, they had like what looked like a perm, and you know, they drove their dad's Maserati to school, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just so when I think of a Joshua, it's like, don't show Josh. Just don't show Josh. You know, you'd be like, yo, we need to bury that body. Call Jeff. See how that goes right into play? See how that goes in? But you're like, hey, we need to bury a body. Call Joshua. They're like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not to be able to get sweated out in the freaking interrogation room. He'll crack in 1 second.
Exactly.
He's like
Joshua.
Late for him.
Jeff burying that body. Yes, they were, Your Honor. Yes, they were. They took it out of the back of my Audi. Yes, they were.
What does Joshua sound like?
Casey. Speaking of the back of the Audi, has anybody watched the new Casey Anthony thing on Peacock?
No, I'm not watching it. I am not encouraging that.
Yes, I have watched it. No. You know what, Jeff? Jeff, tell me. I've been wanting to talk about that with somebody. Thank God. Tell me all the evidence that they pulled on the father. What'd you think about all that?
I don't know, man. I mean, there was so much evidence against Casey Anthony, and the fact that she lied about everything, dude.
But they broke into a little bit of that too, right? And it wasn't that far-fetched.
I turned it off after an episode and a half because all she does is sit there and cry over these pictures of Kaylee and talk about, well, I lied to the police, but I was just a liar. She brought them to freaking Universal Studios and walked them around until the dead ended and was like, I don't work here. Sorry.
I know. Is that crazy?
That was
dude, if you take it all the way to the end of the series, it gets fucking twisted.
Yeah, that's probably the producer's because he's dead now, right? The dad.
I don't know. Is he?
I think he's dead.
No, because in the end it said we reached out to talk to him and he refused. But so like throughout the years, he's done interviews, Jeff. And if you'd watch it all the way through,
he died.
He got in a car accident, right? And he did his first interview, and him and his wife were sitting there, and they were talking to this person. You got to watch it. And he's like, they're like, oh, and he's like, I just want to say, I'm sorry for everything I did to the family and my daughter and my son. And his wife looks at him and goes, like, freaks out. She's like,
no shit.
He's like, I just have to say I'm sorry. Like it was starting to come out. Like he started to come out, like everything he was doing, like all the molestation and stuff he had been doing to them kids. And he just was like, I mean, you got to watch that. And the way, Casey Anthony, they never had duct tape on the body, Jeff.
Well, they had duct tape residue, I thought, on her lip.
Nothing. Nope. Look, nope. And then we went back and looked. It was only and then the forensic people said it could have just slid from the bag. So the way she died was drowned or smothered. We know that.
That's why I thought she died of like ketoacidosis from breathing into that tape and not being able to ventilate her carbon.
No, they said that's what they said on the thing, and then there was some other. So, but what was funny was now these were allegations that he wouldn't respond to
allegedly,
but during the times that he would go in and molest his children or whatever, if they would resist, he'd hold a pillow over their face till they fainted. Which, when the family dog died, the body that the baby was found was the same way the father buried and got rid of the dog. The same bag.
Interesting.
Same tape.
What about the car and the...
Yeah, but Casey wasn't near the car when it was found. Her dad had the car.
And not report. No, I thought she left the car there.
Nah, watch it all the way to the end. Watch it all the way to the end. I was watching that and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was so like, I mean, it was just, she was making me ill because she seemed like she still seems disingenuous. You know? And 30
but I mean, the media was flaring the hell out of that too, man. I mean, my God.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I still don't know how she got away. If there was a beyond the shadow of a doubt, they knew she would have been convicted.
Oh, dude, if she had a big hairy mole in the middle of her fucking cheek, she'd have been gone. If she wasn't hot, they would have been you know, all the jurors are like, hey, I voted for you.
I love it. That's probably it. Hey, man, it's not mine. You know, I mean, people kill their kids. That's just the way it goes. But
see,
I'm not against. I've seen more weird stories than that story that you would have never thought.
Like
played out.
It's ultimate evil right there. What is it? Child decide? I forgot what they call it.
It's terrible. If you can do that, you shouldn't be alive. Yeah. Sorry, I don't care how I'm quoted. I don't care how that happens. No,
you should actually be in a loony bin for the rest of your life. Or
no. If even I hate those cases where like the moms are like, I knew that I had problems, and there were multiple times I could see myself killing my child, or I turned off. Then you should have done something. And then the fact that you actually purposely kill all 3 of your kids, and then you're like, I'm sorry, it was just insane. I'm like, no, you had plenty of time for help and people reaching out. And somebody should have stepped in that was close to you and taken those kids from you, because you should not have had those kids in your possession.
Yeah, but
and this happens multiple times. It does. And it makes me sick. It's like the stories like I hear, and I literally cannot disconnect from them. And I don't care if people get mad at me. It's my opinion. I don't care.
We know you don't care, Brittany. We're listening.
I hear those stories like where the dads or the people are like, oh, I was driving to work and I totally forgot that both of my kids were in the back seat of the car. Let me tell you something.
So wait a minute. Was that the Family Guy's wife that you just did?
Lois.
Hey,
what did you just do?
No.
What accent you used?
I don't know. That's
were you discriminating the northern accent? What was that?
I don't know. I just hate when I hear some of these women talk. They're like, I didn't know they were in the backseat of my car. Like there's some ditzy airheads. And it's like, no, you knew what you were doing. You had a freaking 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. I know. I have a 2 and a 6-year-old. And they don't just sit quietly in the back seat. They do when
you give them TVs and phones.
No, they don't.
What if you
they're laughing or they're poking each other or they're harassing? No. So I don't want to hear this whole, I got into my routine and I headed straight to work and I left them in the hot car and they died in the car.
I remember that story. Wasn't that like a once in a lifetime?
No, it's not. That was happening so bad over the last couple of summers that there are signs everywhere. Turn around, check your car.
All that is, Brittany, is post-birth abortion. That's all it is.
Well, no, not that many years later. Sorry, you've got
like,
problems.
Look, man, I just don't want you anymore.
I'm sorry. No.
When my oldest was a baby, I would drop her off at daycare and I'd go to work and I'd come out of work and I'd sit back in my car and I would just have, I would have these like moments of, oh my God, did I drop her off at daycare? And I'd always reach back to the empty seat. And I never forgot, but it was always like, I had that all the time. I was like, oh my God.
Worrying about your baby. Yeah.
And they're just sleeping back there. I mean, we're talking like infants and stuff. And God forbid I never did, but I mean, and I'm not sticking up for anybody that happens to. My car actually says check the back seat when there's anything of weight in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, asshole, you left your kids in the back.
I think that's awesome.
No, but I mean, like, think about it though. You've got 2 kids sitting in the back seat, or some of these instances have been up to 3. And they're sitting in the back seat of the car. Even when you get out of the car, you're going to turn around and look in your car.
No,
there's too many builds up to how many times this has happened, to where it's like, you are not that frazzled that you forget about how many children you just loaded up into your car.
Yep.
You don't forget that.
No, Brittany.
I can't. I'm sorry. No, there, and you can tell in some of these incidences when they're talking in court, you planned it. No.
Have you seen Walmart shoppers? I mean, listen, guys, I didn't say that. I read that somewhere, but you can look up the people at Walmart.com if you don't believe me. Once again, this is a pre-recorded show. So if you're pissed off, I'm not going to see the comments till later. This is a pre-recorded show.
No, it just really irks me. Like that. Those are some of the things. Like for me, and I can't.
I like how it's always a minivan or a Honda Civic. It's never a cool car. Like I left my kids in the back of my Maserati. Fucking fried them.
Fried those little bastards.
Fuck. It's always like, well, I was driving the Civic to Target. I forgot. I came out and they were boiled. Eyes or fell out and everything.
It's never like a Target run
or house or
it's always a Civic.
It's
or like a van.
No,
like they know what they're packing in. We're gonna kill them today. Grab the van.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't. Anybody. They can have their.
I'm not justifying it, dude.
They can have their own feeling on it. It is to each their own. But for me personally,
I'm not justifying it, Brittany.
No,
I know.
A
controversial show. I'm just making humor because you're never going to stop it. Tonight,
no, you can't.
Planning on drowning one of their kids in the bathtub, and the best that you can do is take care of you and your family and your friends, and make sure that everything that you have is taken care of because nobody cares.
Honestly, in some cases, those kids are like they need to either be removed or just taken.
No, that's not going to happen. And then they remove them and put them where? They put them with some guy that's living in his mom's basement. And then now this guy's molesting them and fucking them and stuff every night before he has his Fruit Loops and plays fucking Full Metal Jacket or whatever.
Sometimes it's even worse.
That's what I'm saying. You take them out. And, I mean, it's horrible. It's
just hard for me to digest all of that because I don't disconnect from it. Like and back to Casey. Children. Yeah, and with Casey Anthony though.
You have kids, so I don't know. So I'm not going to say
no, that's not true. No, that's not true because it's in you or it's not. Like you would understand. It's
about something you love, yes, but being a
parent.
That's
what I mean. That doesn't have anything to do with being a parent or not a parent. Does not matter. Does not matter whatsoever. If you love your animals like your lemurs as their children, those are your children. It doesn't matter if it's a child or not a child. You have it in you or you don't, and you can understand. Loading up your animals, getting ready to go somewhere, you're plotting it out. I'm going to leave them there to die.
For 1 second,
you know what I'm talking about. You get it. It's the same type of
one of my lemurs in a car. You're sadly mistaken. I've thought about it a few times, Sticks.
I'm just saying it doesn't matter if you're like a parent or not a parent. You have that feeling of understanding, of compassion, of going, I get what you're saying. You wouldn't want to do that to your child. Like even if you're like, look, if you
in some cases, I think people do have an accident. I do.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't think it's all. There's no fucking way. Not everybody's on the ball, Brittany, like you.
I'm not always on the ball. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that mistakes aren't made.
I mean, not everybody's sharp about their children. Some people are more nonchalant. I don't know what's the word. Maybe they don't bond with them the same way that you did, or maybe they're not as. Or they're so frazzled, or they were mentally abused as a kid, so the brain doesn't work right, and they don't think because they're thinking adolescently. I think it happens. Do you remember that movie where Sean Penn was a mentally challenged person and he had a kid? Do you remember that movie?
Yes, I do remember that movie. Yeah,
and that was a great movie. God, but there are people that don't show like that have either been beaten really bad or they have head trauma. Nobody knows, and sometimes I think they just get scatterbrained and forget. I think that but then where do you draw the line? You're going to allow the government to step in and check out everybody's house because we have to make sure that all the children are safe. Fuck no.
I get it. I'm not saying that, and I'm sure in some
we're
cases
stopping by, Jeff, to do a check on your daughter.
It's a complete accident, right. But there are cases like look at Casey Anthony. Let's face it. I don't think she gave a crap about her child. I'm sorry, she didn't.
31 days.
Yeah, sorry. And the whole time her daughter is missing. If you really care about your kid, you're not sitting there. Like, I'm going to go party, go drink, go get drunk, sleep with a couple dudes and see. Let's find out where my kid is. No, that's not how that works.
I have to, because I'm hosting. If she did do that, because I know it's an allegation. I don't know if she did.
Well, no, it's all.
If she really did go out and party, knowing that her kid was gone in the fashion that the way it was, I'm trying to be diplomatic here. Mm-hmm. There's something wrong with that person.
Absolutely.
There's something wrong with the person that should have been addressed at a younger time.
Exactly.
If you're a good parent, I truly believe this. If you're a good parent, your child is not perfect. Your child is a fucking asshole sometimes. You know what I mean? So if you can start to pick up the signs, like I'm really into behavior of animals. Anybody who knows me knows that. And then
Yeah.
I even get yelled at. Why are you doing that to me? Why are you picking me apart like it's a behavioral thing? Because you're doing certain things while you're speaking that are telling me otherwise. Right? So I watch all the time. So your body tells me more than your mouth does. Like everything. I know the diet. I know it. I'm telling you, Brittany, I'm good at it.
And I know you are. I've already said, I know. I've seen it live and in action.
Your children, like, and I've had long conversations with Flavius. He's really good too. But if you watch your children or watch I think that's why Flavio is such a mysterious but good dad, because he knows exactly how far he can let something go or take and make it backfire on him. And did you learn your lesson? I think it's funny. But if you watch it, like Jeff pays attention to his kids, he would know if something's wrong. He would know okay, what's wrong, Ruby? Are you sad tonight? Or why are you moping around? What's bothering you? You don't just ignore it. Grab a sandwich and shut up. I'm watching a ball game. There's parents like that.
Yeah.
So, but if you really watch your child, a lot of that stuff, you could catch that early before they grow up and have kids of their own and damage them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they ruin their kids. Like
because I'm not justifying anything anybody does that's wrong, but I mean, you can't. It's not. Nobody just wakes up with a normal state of mind, especially a mother, right? Like a mom. I think I'm just gonna, drown them in the bathtub today. Yeah, I remember that one woman just woke up one morning and did it.
Yeah, she threw a cog or something, man. There's something going on.
She just got up and chased her children down and drowned them.
One by one.
Yeah, not firing on all cylinders.
Wasn't one of them? Didn't one of those kids survive? One of them survived, and they explained what their mom did.
I don't think so. Maybe
the 10-year-old lived.
Maybe it might have been. Maybe
they were. He was talking about mom was holding them underwater, drowning them. I know there's a couple cases like that.
I watched a video.
There was the car one.
What did the kid learn?
The car one. Well, and then I watched one where I don't know how the kid got saved. I don't know. I watched the trial.
He asked his Lord and Savior into his heart. How do you don't know how he got saved?
No, not that kind of saved. I'm saying
his Lord and Savior. He got fucking saved.
I don't mean saved. I don't mean like saved like that. I'm talking about like I don't know how he was saved from his mom. I don't know how he got saved in the situation from his mom not killing him. But he was like 6 or whatever. He was sitting up on the trial and they're like, is the murderer in the room? And he's like, yes. And he's like 6. I mean, it was heartbreaking. And they're like, can you point out the murderer? And he points to his mom. And they're like, can you tell us what happened? And he like starts crying. He goes, she killed my little sister. And like killed him in front of him and had to like tell the jury what had happened. And the mom's like, I love you both or whatever. And I'm like, you crazy lady. Why did someone not intervene before this all transpired? Like maybe she genuinely loves her kids, but isn't screwed right and literally had those snapping moments and killed her kids. It's like, what are people not stepping in? There are signs. You don't just wake up one morning and have no screws. It doesn't happen like that.
Part of the psychosis is also that you don't realize that what you're doing is wrong. Like if you're a psychopath, you don't realize that the things you do are wrong.
Yeah, but don't you think there would be signs from the family or even her husband? Something.
You're assuming they have a family.
Sure.
Sometimes they don't, Brittany. Sometimes there's no family. They just
that's true.
Have their own they ran away because they were abused and they want to have a
but in some cases like that, I feel bad, even though I hate the crime that was committed by that person. But in some of those cases, you can actually tell if this person is not right or sound. Like
that guy that threw his daughter off the bridge over here. Off the highway, the bridge before, and he said Jesus told him to do it. You could clearly see. Well, see, they should have never let that guy look like he ate children for breakfast, first of all. And if you ever look at him, I mean, everybody wanted to mob him and kill him, but he was clearly mentally challenged. Clearly.
Well, and he also said that he didn't want the mom to have her either. She would be better off with God. There was like a whole weird story behind that too.
I guess he's got a point there. I mean,
there's just kidnap her and go to Mexico. Like you don't need to throw her off.
He stopped and threw her right off. A bunch of witnesses. He just grabbed her and slung her right off the side.
How old was this kid?
6.
I can't. I can't. Like
this was like in 2000.
It's too much.
Or 13,
it's too much. I snap. Like there are horrible things that go through my mind of the things I want to do to people that can do it.
Can you think about kid flying off the bridge, wondering why their mom Brittany just threw him off?
Yeah, the confusion. Like you have to understand. Like I don't let this go. I feel very deeply, and so I can visualize the scenario that's happening, and then I go through it through the kid's head, and then imagine what happened to that poor child as that child was hitting the water. I mean, like I go through it like a movie as if I know
what went through his head.
That part. That for the child, because they were, instead of being scared falling, it's over. You know, it's like hitting concrete.
Yeah, there's no like Brittany, like what's going through his head, like it's just like.
I know, but I mean, you're still. I know that bridge though. That bridge is a high fall. That child is still falling. Like in that falling.
I know it's wrong. I'm sorry, Coach, for getting offended.
No, I didn't mean. I wasn't making jokes. I was just going to say the last thing to go through that kid's head was a jellyfish. Sorry. That's terrible.
This is why I can't have this discussion with you two.
Listen, guys, we're not condoning abusing children or throwing them off any bridges. This is really wrong. But the reason we make humor of it is because why? We get enough. Listen, I'll talk about negative shit on the Croc Show with you guys all day long. But we get enough negativity out there in the world as it is on the news, which I don't watch, and Facebook and everywhere else.
I can't watch
so I crack jokes about it because I try to keep it light, you know? I mean, it's already done. Some people do a lot of things, man. I know. That one woman they caught.
I won't read the news because of it.
Put her baby in the microwave and cooked her.
I don't want it. That I can't. I will not sleep tonight. I don't have any Jameson in the house.
She was. I can't. That's what they did. That's their thing. They thought, okay, they buttered it up, put an apple in its mouth.
Try.
How about this? I got some better stuff for you, Brittany. Is it true? And this is not child related. Is it true that the platypus and the okapi were once thought of as cryptids?
The platypus, yes.
I heard that actually this week on that episode.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Right. I did not know that. That's crazy.
So technically so what's really funny, and a lot of people just don't realize this, is that
funny?
Yes, any animal that hadn't been discovered or known by science is considered a cryptid. That is where the term cryptozoology came from. It is based on just animals that were not known by science. When people were coming across different animals and there were just like these legendary claims or friggin' whatever stories, and nobody believed them because science was basically saying, well, no, that's impossible. An animal like that couldn't still exist, or it doesn't exist, or that just sounds outlandish, like the platypus. Imagine hearing a story of platypus. You'd be like, that's not real.
Web-foot mammal that lays eggs and has a poison spur. That's pretty rad right there, man.
Yeah, you'd be like,
that is proof that God gets high. Right there.
God was like, I was having some fun with that one.
All right, give it a duck bill. Give a little fucker a duck bill. Make him a mammal.
Have fun with that one, Earth.
Give him a duck bill and make him venomous.
Yeah. A little tiny venomous spur on his little foot.
Woo, that's good. So it's cold out, so I figured I'd sip a little whiskey. I brought it on earlier because I know right now that Craig Warren is logged in, Jeff, and I'm going to show it again. So it was so goddamn good.
Wait, is this the cookie
listen,
one?
It's fucking amazing, Jeff. You're gonna have to get in your car after the show if you're gonna stay tonight and buy yourself a bottle of this whiskey.
Is it the cookie dough one or whatever it's called?
Yes, it is. The cookie dough. He walked up to me with
dough ball. That's what's called, the dough ball whiskey.
And you can see I don't drink a lot because I've had the bottle about a week now. And I went and saw my neighbors too. My neighbors across the street, they love whiskey and rum and things like that. So we were in the cul-de-sac, and they're like, "Whoa!" So I go, "You know what? You're gonna get this for Christmas." But it's called dough ball, and it is insane. So I pour like a tall glass. See how much I pour in there?
Yeah,
it's a lot. So I pour a tall. I pour a tall glass of it, and I just been sipping on it because it's been ice cold, but it really warms the inside. So I had a fire last night.
Nice.
I smoked out of a big bowl, and I was like,
I will say there is something nice about like when you have whiskey on like your throat if it's cold outside, how it like warms your throat as it goes down. I will say that is really nice.
Listen, Brittany,
all the way down.
Give it a shot. I'll bring a bottle for Christmas.
Okay, I'll try
leave it for you and John.
I'll try it.
It'll make you relaxed and tired. You'll lay back and. You're off to Never Land.
I like it. There's some nights I just want to go to
not like
Never
smoking a good bowl of weed though.
No, I can't wait till I can smoke again. I'm still on my little vacation, so if I pass this exam tomorrow, I can start my onboarding stuff for work, so I can take my piss test and.
Woo!
I'm excited, man. I get up in the morning and, you definitely, I don't hide it, but it's like, Troy, you talk about it on the air and stuff. I got a medical card, man. I use it for medicine. So fuck off. First of all. And second of all, you you get you're done, you smoke your bowl, you do your chores, and right when you're not really high anymore, you're just feeling real nice and sharp. And you're not driving impaired, but you get out there and you're moving along. It's like, it's just nice. You're like, this is a wonderful day today. Look at that sun shining on that white fence. Fucking amazing out here today, man. Reminds me from the movie, what was it? Boys in the Hood. When his dad was driving, ooh, things are going to get eaten. You know what I'm saying? It's just, sometimes you just got to chill out, Brittany. I can't wait to smoke with B. I cannot wait.
You guys got to do that one of the show. You got to do it on the show live.
No. No.
Best show ever. Brittany be like, you know what? I saw this Bigfoot one time. It was naked.
Did you get a chance to listen to the Pennsylvania Bigfoot UFO thing that I sent you, the last podcast?
The podcast I started, I haven't finished it yet.
You don't even like the last podcast, Brittany. I know you didn't do that.
Excuse you.
It was a good one. I figured I heard Bigfoot and I was like,
I like listening to podcasts that, well, you guys introduced me to that podcast a long time ago. They have several episodes that are actually quite intriguing. I think Craig also, because he sent me a couple snippets from their podcast too. I think Craig listens to it too. If you do, you can put it in the comments.
I went back to the beginning and started from like episode 1 and moved my way up.
Yeah, because they have a lot. They actually have.
There's over 600 because they did a 666th episode not too long ago. And
oh wow.
Yeah,
they had a lot. But
every serial killer you can think of, every cult you can think of, a lot of UFO I'm sorry, what is it again? ABCs, what are they called?
Oh god.
UAFs.
I don't know.
It's called the UPC.
I'm so upset right now.
No. UAP.
Yeah, UAP. But they keep changing it now. Yes. So I'm so over it. Yeah. I'm so over it. I'm so over them changing it. They're just changing it constantly to fit their narrative.
Unidentified and flying and obviously an object.
But
what does UAP mean, Brittany?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. However, it has now changed by the DoD.
Because aerial phenomenon means it may not be a UFO. It might be just something that another country is putting up.
Oh, now they've completely changed it to unidentified. Unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Which
so
means
UAP, unidentified
Still
phenomenon.
a UAP, but now they've changed it even greater.
Some kind of phenomenon.
WAP, did you say?
It's UAP.
Oh, they said WAP. I was like wet ass pussy. That's perfect.
No. Oh my God, no. And they've done this now to where they can say, we don't know what it is. It could be anything from the ocean to the space. We just don't know. Like they now have broadened.
What did you say it was? A phenopolis? What was the word you used?
No, now they're calling it the unidentified anomalous phenomenon.
Oh, so it must be some kind of anomalous.
Again, that's proof.
It's an anomalous.
Let's call it a phenomenous anomalon.
First of all, what makes me really angry
Megatron
is like the more you keep changing this and the more you keep broadening this out, just shows that you guys are still covering up stuff. You just want people to just be so like, oh, well, it could be anything because they said a cloud could be the reason.
They just don't want people, or they want people to call and be like, I saw an anomalous phenomenon.
Well, what really tickles me is we're supposed to be getting the new report.
Anomalous phenomenon, right?
Snuffy.
So that's a snuffleupagus.
Say it too fast and you're going to get tongue-tied. It's the dumbest stuff. And I have said it on multiple podcasts that I refuse to call it a UAP, that it is still a UFO, especially when the Aero team came out and flat out said, well, we know they're objects. Okay, then you know what? That's an unidentified aerial phenomenon. That's fine. But that's an unidentified flying object. It's still something going through the space.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. What about just flying saucer? That's what we used to call when we were kids.
Oh no, that stigma's been around like since the 70s. But when you say flying saucer, immediately people are like, nah.
I saw a flying saucer and it took my wife and it probed her anus. What is the deal?
The cow. Why are they always taking us from the Walmart parking lot to trailer parks? That's not right. Take a rich person once in a while. Damn it. They took Agnes again.
That was like, did you guys ever see Saturday Night Live does a special on that? That is the most.
True.
That's so
funny.
Ever
talks about
Ryan Gosling was in it. It was hilarious.
It was the best ever. And anybody that ever talks about that shit, it's always they're taken from the Walmart parking lot.
Yep.
or their trailer.
Or their trailer. Or they're driving in the middle of the truck.
I looked up like this, and this thing was looking through the trailer window. And so I ran to the back of the trailer and grabbed a knife. But by the time I got out there, they had already sucked my husband out, and he was reaching back like this. And then that's all I saw.
Oh, God.
And then we found him naked behind Kmart on Wednesday.
Oh,
so you know, people when you do it like that, people are not going to believe that shit.
You ever seen?
Oh my God!
News report about the leprechaun.
Yes.
Oh my, that's one of the best ever, dude. Could be a crackhead.
I know that was the best I ever. That's awesome.
I remember that quote.
This is a drawing of the actual leprechaun. It was done like a crayon by a 6-year-old.
It was awesome.
You can still look that up. That's still out there. I think it's even on YouTube too.
I'm going to text you this drawing of a leprechaun so you can show people what a leprechaun really looks like. Hold on.
Well,
no, but it doesn't help. Like if they just keep doing this stuff, it doesn't help to, the work that's being done. Like it doesn't aid us in
like everybody laughs at the guys. Like there's real scientists and people that look for the Sasquatch and stuff. And they even give them a hard time too.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Anything that's out of the agenda that needs to be done, they're gonna try and poo-poo it away.
Oh, here
it just is what it is.
Of course.
It actually even says amateur sketch on it. Just think, hey, shut up.
Captain just wanted to give his input. That's all.
His Kong is next to me, and he wants me to throw it. I'll send this to both you guys. You guys are gonna shit. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, where's your Kong? Where'd it go? Here, I'll throw it. How come when I go to pick it up, you bite me, dick? Here it comes.
Okay, hold on. I just got it.
Amateur drawing.
Yeah, there it is. I love it. Oh, that's so classic.
Best drawing ever.
I'm telling you.
I love how it's like, and that's exactly how he looked.
Hat and all. He even had those lines across his face.
Oh my God. I just think it's hilarious that that's on the news.
Knock it off.
That was like it was a long time ago. There was a report where they were like, oh, they think they have a suspect or, whatever. The person who saw the murderer or whatever had a drawing done of the guy or whatever. And the sketch actually matched the anchor. Did anybody ever see that one?
Yeah.
Looks like
the rape guy.
Whitney.
Was it the rape guy? It was something like that. And he was just like, we have the sketch now, and it like shows up right behind him, and it's literally a sketch of him. I mean,
we're looking for the rapist now, and it was him.
Yeah, remember that? It was like on the news.
I thought you meant like an anchor.
No, like no. I mean, like the actual like news anchor was telling the story. And he's like, "We have the sketch now for you," and it like popped up alongside him, but it actually looked just like him.
What if instead of a leprechaun in a hat, it was a gray with some sort of electronic mind reading? Look at it again. I'm telling you.
And now we're going that route, huh?
I don't know. Could be a crackhead.
That was my favorite line. It could be a crackhead.
I holding the wrong stuff and went up in a tree.
Yeah, I like the weird he put it up. I like the insignia on the hat though. Like who sketches this weird insignia?
Half swastika is what it looks like to me.
And he has no nose, no mouth. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Jeff. Maybe we've solved it. It's not a leprechaun. It was a mini alien.
Mini alien, and that thing's like an electronic mind reader.
Or part of
its
maybe it's like a part of his suit that's like mind control.
Right? Oh yeah.
Well, what's funny is that there's those odd reports and claims of like owls that were being misidentified as aliens.
Because owls and aliens look exactly alike. It's the way they turn their head.
Well, it's like people were saying that they were seeing owls. It was a long time ago, but they were like basically saying that like the owls were like the forthcoming of what was to come. So like if you saw the owl, then like you would see the craft and the abduction would happen. It was like this really weird thing. So then there was this story about, is it possible that the owls were shapeshifters, or is it possible that the aliens were actually the owls and they were in your mind convincing you that you were seeing an owl, but you're actually being watched by aliens? Like there was this whole big thing that went about it is a rabbit hole just for everyone.
Oh, I've been down many a rabbit hole. Trust me. I don't understand how somebody could just say something and it catches on. They don't present any evidence. Okay, reptilians. There's no evidence of reptilian people. Nobody's ever seen.
No, but there is a lot of claims out there about reptilians. Like so many. Like wildfire. It's all over TikTok.
Oh well, if it's on TikTok, it must be
for real.
Yeah, I was gonna say that has to be real then.
I've seen a dancing reptilian on TikTok. I mean, like they're everywhere.
You have not.
I'm saying that there's people that have made these ridiculous videos, like that are, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, I can't. I'm not.
And people
there it is. Oh my God. It's so awful. It's like, did anybody think this through before they posted it? It was terrible.
It's great.
He's even got the same dumb look on his face. Look at that.
I know, it's awesome.
That is like one of the legendary things that people pop up with.
Yeah, I know. They got his mustache, his hair, everything.
The eyebrows. I mean, it's almost like someone did that on purpose. It's
he's probably looking at me like, what? What are you all looking at?
Everybody in the studio was just like, oh my God.
I knew it.
Where were you last night, Frank? Where were you?
Frank?
Yeah.
He didn't look like a Frank to me, but that's okay.
It looked like the 90s. He looked like a Frank. It kind of looked like he could be a Frank.
It was definitely a 90s suit right there.
Yeah. ABC 7. Golly Moses. They didn't think that through.
A 90s suit.
That was between the AccuWeather forecast and the Thursday's Child.
That's hilarious. The AccuWeather forecast. I love it.
Yeah. That's awful.
Here's that picture I had.
Anyway, so yeah, just a lot going on the UFO front. And then our work went live today through the Daily Mail. So you guys can check that out if you want. Yeah. So still trying to figure out what that is. We're dealing with
Daily Mail or your work. I said, what, the Daily Mail or your work?
No, my work. We're dealing with it's an ongoing developing investigation right now with lights that have been seen in Wisconsin. And of course, like the first go-to that everybody does when they see the video is like, oh, those are sky trackers.
Not real.
Yeah, but for the past week, we've done nothing but ground sweep. And by that, meaning like contacting companies, talking to the local authorities, the fire department, the air traffic control, the local airports, communities, the high schools, because you have to rule out all the major locations in a rural area that may or may not have like a show going on or some kind of festival going on where they would use type of sky projection lights. But that's been so far a negative. So we're just continuing to do the work. And then the Daily Mail finally touched on it, showcased some of the videos from our eyewitnesses and took their eyewitness, accounts and put them in the article. And our video went live today talking about the breakdown of why it's really hard for us to wrap our brain around. Not that it's not possible, but we just still haven't found a plausible answer to it being, like sky trackers. So
Brittany, since we are pre-recorded for the pre-recorded show tomorrow, I'm sending you a thumbnail of what I'm going to use. Like, so today we can't be on the show because Brittany's doing this, I'm doing this, and I just sent you the picture to your phone. I'm going to use it. If you'll let me, I'll use that one.
That's so old. No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. Be a surprise for tomorrow, everyone.
Oh no, please don't post that. That's such an old photograph. Oh my God.
That's a good one.
I don't remember who took that. I was at the beach.
Yep.
That's funny.
Brittany's life at the beach.
My life at the beach.
Life's the beach, man.
Yeah. That was like
Garden dig it.
Yeah.
Brittany's like, don't do it. Don't you dare.
Don't you
dare. Troy.
It's just a bikini.
I know, but I'll censor it so everybody's all excited about it.
No.
Make it look serious and censored. Yeah.
Just put fuzzy pixelated.
No.
Yeah. We're censoring it.
No.
That'll make everybody want to tune in. They're like, we're tuning in today. Can we get a t-shirt? Can we get a t-shirt with that?
Yeah. I'd be like, no, sorry.
That's going to come out in TMZ when you're famous.
Yeah, probably.
You're like, yeah, look at these old pictures we dug up.
Famous
like, yeah.
UAPW
is what it is.
WWE investigation.
Fun fact. I actually was pulled to be a WWE diva and I didn't go through with it.
You should have done it. You should have been one of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. Remember them, Troy?
No,
Oh, that would have been cool.
I had a friend of mine who was in the
business. Pretty small for the gorgeous ladies. I mean, they would have just slung her into the audience.
Yeah, they've been like, well, no, they wanted me to
4'11" or something like that.
I'm not 4'11. I'm 5'4".
You are not 5'4".
I am 5'4". That's exactly how.
Fucking way.
How many times I've been measured on sets
with your heels on?
No heels, flat-footed. I am 5'4" and a quarter. I I know this because this has been my
measurement. 5'2.5" if you're anything.
5'4" and a quarter.
I'm not. It's literally 5'4" and a quarter.
No.
And it sucks that I have to know my own height, but that is like every time you get fitted on a set or you're working on a set and they have to dress you, you literally get measured from top to bottom. And I am the same height all the way across the board, 5'4" and a quarter. And I used to lie and be like, I'm 5'5", because I was like, you have to add that quarter and go above. I'm not. I'm 5'4".
Actually, it's over half you're supposed to go above.
Well, it's because mom's like 5'8", man, and you have to look up to her when you talk to her.
No, I don't.
5'2".
5'2".
Probably like
Nanny was 5'4", but then she shrunk when she was getting older.
Well, I know that when you talk to mom, she's taller than you.
Yeah, well, mom's 5'8". I'm 5'4". There's a difference.
Yeah, you're 5'2".
I'm 5'4". Oh, you can measure me on Christmas.
All right, 5'3". 5'3".
Christmas
measurement.
Do it.
5'4".
Do it.
Please let me just have that. I am 5'4".
All right, you're 5'4" and a quarter.
I just tell people I'm a shy 5'10", which means I'm like 5'9" and 3/4 ish.
Shy 5'10".
Shy 5'10".
I love it. Just say 5'10".
Good time. I lie on all my dating profiles. Everybody, I'm 5'9" and 3/4. I have a lot to admit to.
I have a lot to admit to. That's awesome.
True, it's true. 5'9" and 3/4, and I love like sometimes they don't flip the age over, and somebody go, "Are you really 53?" I was like, "No, I'm actually 54." What's gonna lie about being 54 years?
Oh my god, that's horrible, dude.
Right? It's old as shit. Look, like my transition to silver fox is almost complete.
Silver
almost gone. I like the silver hair. My dad had some rad silver hair. I'm cool. I'm down with it.
That's all right.
Women like the silvery tops.
They do.
Do.
John's getting a lot of silver in his hair. A lot.
Silver's where it's at. I don't want it to be like bone white.
John's gonna have cool silver. No, silver's cool. I think silver's good. I've said forever because I'm going whiter and whiter and whiter and whiter. Like all my grays are coming in. So I'm like, you know what? If it just keeps getting like super white like this, I'm gonna go like platinum silver white. Like I think it'd be so awesome if it just keeps getting like gray. It's all gray, and under here it's like a charcoal gray. Like it's like dark gray with white gray, like it looks like salt and pepper under here. So I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. Just let it happen.
Blonde. I like platinum blonde, not the band, the hair color. I don't mind the band.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we are at the end of the show. I think it was a good time.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, it was pre-recorded. So today, now that you're watching, it will be the 20th because it is the 19th currently. And Jeff is enjoying some family right now. Will be looking. I will look at the comments and try to catch up with anybody that wrote anything in there.
When he says enjoying family,
I'm actually
their videos on.
I'd already be home.
YouTube, so.
Oh, okay. Brittany will be doing nothing as normal.
Well, no, I would be coming home or probably coming home then if I'm not doing the show. We could probably stay a little bit longer, but we were supposed to go to Kennedy Space Center tomorrow. Today. And, so if you're watching this, I was at Kennedy Space Center.
You would not come home a little earlier to do the show.
I would. We would be coming home early.
I do it from the dinner table. I don't give a shit.
You wouldn't care. Go have fun with Kennedy Space
Center. On there.
The rest of us have to work, Brittany. But you go
Mom,
do that. Okay?
It's part of John's work, so it works out.
Yeah, but
Finn is over the moon. He's so excited.
Nice.
And he's going to fly in a rocket ship.
Oh my God, he loves Kennedy Space Center.
If you see Buzz Aldrin,
loves it there.
For me,
I haven't been to Kennedy Space Center in probably since like 1996.
I've never been, dude. I've never been.
Oh, we took Finn there.
Well, we can drive over there tomorrow. No, we can't. I've got to be tomorrow. Get you.
I swear to God, if I see that you hijack the shuttle tomorrow, I will love you forever.
I just head over to the Falcon. I'm like, "What's up, Elon? Excuse me for a second."
And the solid rocket boosters are coming off. Looks to be a blonde with gray in there. Probably about 5'1", maybe 4'11".
Shut up. That's what I'm like. Hey, guess what, guys? I'm looking for UFOs because none of you are doing your job, so I'm taking
That's
one
right.
up.
Don't trust the government. I think the government are UFOs.
You never know.
Well,
spying around.
Reptilians. Fucking reptilians.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Bezos, Bill Gates, all reptilians.
You know what's funny, guys? Look it up. And for everybody listening on this pre-recorded show, Elon Musk, they did an article was because when the raw Falcon 9 launched with the individuals in there, they had like two weird what I guess UAPs that appeared during that launch, and Elon Musk even talked about it in an article regarding that because he was like, yeah, it's happened a few times when we're doing testing, and he doesn't know what they are, and he has mentioned it in the article. So I was like, okay, now we've got Elon on board. There's my next step. It is time for me to talk to Elon.
He just got voted out of Twitter by his own Twitty people. I don't know what you call people who use Twitter.
Are you serious?
He put up a survey saying that he stepped down, and overwhelmingly they told him to beat it.
Yeah, but then everybody was like, but who would take his place? And then this other person was like, it's almost better, to keep him than to have somebody else take over and then ruin it. So it was like,
it's already ruined. Now it's the same as it was. One side didn't let one side on, and now his side's not going to let the other side. It's stupid shit. Fuck
I love it.
I don't know.
Finally, there's somebody's bullying back.
Damn right. They're all a bunch of bullies, man. But they're not really bullies. They use other people to bully.
At least the Croc Show will be able to stay on Twitter because tonight it's been broadcasting live on Twitter for 2 months now.
See? Keep
woo, woo, woo.
So I love your bad words and I hate you and fuck you. It's gonna be awesome, and nobody can take us off.
Retard.
Well, and I feel
that's gonna get us. Well, see you later, guys. We've now been canceled.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jeff. That's hurtful.
I wasn't talking directly to you, Britt.
I know.
You didn't, though. You didn't know. It's okay.
I did know. I was just kidding. By hurtful, I meant someone's going to hear that and say those are hurtful terms and words.
Yeah, I suppose. Hey, I'm in the most hated group in the nation right now.
Well, true.
Are you?
Nobody likes the handsome. No, yeah, everybody hates the Jews. Not everybody, but there's a lot of Jew hate.
I think Jews are awesome. What are you talking about?
You want to hate the Jews? Who the fuck are you going to get to do your accounting and your taxes and your who's going to be your lawyer?
Oh my God, freaking Jeff. On that note, before we get
on that note, Brittany wants to go, so we're going to go ahead and end it on that note. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. We appreciate, as always, everybody coming in. So make sure you check out Brit Investigates and Reptile Nerd, the Motley Croc Show. What you do? Crocksport.tv. I'm going to add some new clothes. I'm going to put some stuff up there, maybe some new shirts and things like that. And
we need some Motley Croc shirt.
Yep, I'm going to definitely. I've got one up. I've got a badass one up there on the site. So there is a Motley Croc shirt up on the site. It will be in the abrasive collection. So if you would like to go there and check it out, those shirts are available too. There are some Motley Crocs. A big pentagram. So get ready to be hated.
Sweet. I need to have that.
Hated. You can get it in black or gunmetal gray, which is pretty cool. So, but I'm going to do some more. I'm going to do some more of that for the Motley Croc and kind of change it over and start doing that type of stuff.
The most fun you could have on a Tuesday night.
That's right.
Pre-recorded Monday night.
And it's a pre-recorded Monday night, but you know what? It's good stuff. So for everybody that's going to come see us next week, have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy everybody you can while you can. We don't always get that lucky throughout the years, and stay warm. It's going to be really cold, and just enjoy your holidays and your family. And I will see you guys Tuesday as well. Jeff,
Santa will bring you a lot of presents. So
yep, lots of Christmas goodies.
Jeff doesn't have Christmas; he has Hanukkah. It's okay, folks.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Yep, happy Hanukkah, Jeff.
Happy Hanukkah. We have to say it to everyone.
That's right.
Jeff's going to come over. We're going to play with ladles. I know it's a dreidel. But I said ladle because it's fun.
Dr. Dreidel.
Bring the dreidel. God. Bring the dreidel. Light the candles. Light them. But anyways, guys, have a great holiday weekend. No matter what you celebrate, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
It's America. Have fun with it. And
that's right. It's a holiday. Have fun.
We will see you guys next week. But stay warm, folks. Pay attention to your animals.
Yes.
You can leave your kids in the car, but please check on the animals and the plants.
Oh my God.
Leave your kids in the car.